We play for keeps, Cuddy. You ain't heard about the huddle fire with no with D-Lane. We tryna get it off the muscle. Walters caught the pick and ran it back without a tussle. Blow the whistle, coach is trying to get back to the huddle.
Welcome to the 510 Huddle. We back again, week 1, 2021 football season. How you doing, D-Lane?
Doing great, man. I had a good weekend. I lost my Laney Eagles. We lost Saturday. Saturday we lost to Butte. Right there, just got some things to work on. Like I said, we got a young team, but we got to get better, man. I think we definitely won practice today. I think we've been 0-2 so far in practice on Mondays this week, but I think today we won practice today. So good start in the right direction today. But my Eagles won, so my other my Philadelphia Eagles, they won, so it made my weekend a little better, definitely.
That's good. We recording this on a Monday night, fresh off the Raider Baltimore game. So I'm doing good. Stressed out, got gray hair, lost a couple, but I'm doing good. But let's kick this off. We got a lot packed for y'all. We got Raiders, Niners, Chiefs, Bucks, Steelers, Bills, A-Rod situation. Then we're gonna dive into a couple of topics for later on in the week. So let's kick it off, D-Lane. Let's start with the Niner game.
I thought you wanted to start with your Raiders. Go ahead, you fresh off.
Go ahead. Start with the Raiders.
Yeah, go start with your Raiders.
So
go ahead. What you see tonight?
I'm gonna start off with a couple. I'm gonna start off with my pros and my cons of what I saw tonight. First of all, a W. You can never be mad at a W. That's the hardest thing to get in the NFL. A W. So the pros, the defense. It was weird watching. In my adult life, I haven't seen a Raider defense. I'm gonna repeat that. In my adult life, I'm 27 years old. I have not seen a real defense. Turnovers in the clutch. Mad Max playing lights out. Even when the defender goes down, we got Nazir coming off the bench making plays. So we had some depth on the D line. I was really happy by that. So number one is the defense. Gus Bradley, thank you. Oh my God, this is different. Second, the grit. Honestly, I think NFL is the grit. The whole way the offense stayed in, battled through, and it was ugly in the first quarter. I would say first quarter and a half, it was ugly. No rhythm.
Everything was down 14-0 at one point, right?
Yeah, we were, right? So I love the grit. And the third piece that I really loved from seeing tonight, I loved the young guy stepping up. 2 guards went down. Simpson played. We had another journeyman guard step in and play. Ruggs made plays down the stretch to set up, get us into overtime. Brian Edwards made plays in OT and help us get into OT. So it was a lot of I love the young guys stepping up making plays. Now the cons. We'll kick it off. We gotta start fast. It was sloppy. We gotta start fast. It was sloppy. We gotta go stronger than that. And when I say we, the Raiders gotta go stronger than that. Right? We can't be sloppy. We gotta come out and execute. Second, there's still miscues in the defense. We had a couple times where we could have took advantage. So it's a work in progress. Now we took a huge step of getting pressures, but there's still some holes in the middle of the field. And then the last piece, I would say the O line, and I don't mean like Carr was pressured. There's a couple of times against a really good defense, but a consistent run game, right? A consistent run game and no penalties. There was a lot of penalties tonight. I think the Raiders got to clean that up. We hurt ourselves on a couple drives with penalties that came from the O line, Andre James, Leatherwood. So clean the penalties up, and a consistent O line play. But when you have young players, it's gonna be hard. But overall, they did well protecting. So yeah, those are my 3 cons of the game. Raider W against a playoff team Monday night.
I love it, man. I love what I've seen, man. If you just look at the box score, especially with Zay's first point being Gus Bradley in the defense, you be like, man, Zay tripping. They gave up 27. Marmar and the crew was doing the thing. I think they rushed for like 30-something, 34 carries, 189 yards, 5.6 a pop. So they kind of had what they wanted on the ground, and that's what we know. Baltimore, I think, led the league in rushing the last 2 years. But if you really watch that game, man, Las Vegas was covering shit. The Raiders was covering shit for real. Like Marmar was breaking the pocket and getting some rushing yards. Like what he finished with? Let me see. He finished with he led the team in rushing with 86 yards on 12 carries. I promise you, majority of those carries was because shit was covered up on the back end, and he had to just pull it down and run. So I definitely want to tip my hat to Gus. He did a good job. Front seven, I think, was the highlight of the defense, especially the front four. Mad Max and the crew was getting pressure all night. A big stop in overtime, get you guys the ball back and score to get a chance to win the game. Um, I'll just say, as far as Gruden though, Gruden man, like, do you ever feel like that he just catches a flow or a rhythm throughout the game? It always seems like it's up and down with Gruden. I never feel like I've watched the Raider game under Gruden's tenure and like, man, he was in his bag the whole coaching game.
No, I 100% agree. Today was a weird game. I will say this. I 100% agree, but usually it's the reverse. He gets off hot and then steams off.
Yeah.
That's where in a positive light, I'd rather start off slow and then they don't stop. We didn't punt after the middle of the second quarter rest of the game, right? And so, like the aggressive play to Zay Jones to win the game, right? Everyone called.
That was great. That was great play calling.
So and the consistent scoring, battling over and over. So I agree with you, and he needs to work on being buttoned up from first quarter to the end of the game, right? Most of the time, what we've seen with the Raiders, it's been hot, and then he gets conservative. This game was, what the fuck are we doing? Okay, fuck it, we're in shotguns, cars, we're going 5 wide, we're gonna just fucking throw it. So but I agree with you.
I definitely think he was in his bag, and that was a great play calling at the end of the fourth quarter though, to get you guys set up for that field goal to tie up the game. That was great clock management.
No, I agree, and then he's that aggressive this game, and trusted his rookies, trusted the guys he drafted, and they made plays.
Before we move on, how do you feel Derek Carr played?
I give him a B minus, and the reason I say that, a team like this, you can't miss. And even that the pass that went off Snead's hands, he needs to catch that. But he's so wide open, just lay it up. Nice little easy one.
He still got to catch that though. Even you being a receiver, he got to catch
that. Oh no,
he got to catch that.
The receiver coach chewing his ass out in film. Chewing his ass out. What?
The game would have been over 10 minutes ago, big boy.
Oh yeah, hey. He's saying this. You need to go give you a game check to Carl Nassib. Yeah. That boy got a fumble.
Yeah.
So that's what you're gonna say. Go get hey Zell.
Yeah, they turned up out there in Vegas tonight, man. I know they turned up out there. That was a big win.
If I was there, I'd be blacked out.
That was a big win versus a contender right there. That was a good win right there. I think I had y'all losing that game.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people did. It's a tough game. Right? Yeah. They're a consistent playoff team. The Raiders aren't. I mean at all.
That's a contender, not just a playoff team. That's a contender.
And that could
team for the last
and
2-3
that could
seasons.
help. Again, the Raiders stay consistent.
They always start hot.
Play defense. Yeah, play defense. Exactly. Play defense and do what I got to do throughout the season. This game could help them down the stretch because their division stuff too with Pittsburgh, the Browns, and a feisty Bengals team. So no, overall, but I'll say Carr's a B minus. Like I said, he left a lot of plays out there. Missed Ruggs wide open, missed Waller wide open. It was in the first half. He could have took advantage of more throws. But today was a game that showed Carr with a defense, you win games. Carr with an average defense, you win games. That's what I learned tonight.
And Darren Waller, he making his case, man. He making his case against Kelsey and Kittle. That boy is balling tonight.
Speaking of Kittle, let's get to the Niners.
Yes, sir.
How you want to get us over with the Niners?
Niners, man, they didn't look too bad. I seen Kyle early on was going with the two quarterback system. I feel like they suffer from some of the same problems y'all do defensively because there's no way the Lions should have got back in that game. But they was just sitting in cover 3 the whole time. Shit. And Jared Goff and the crew was able to get back in the game. But overall, they didn't do too bad. Niners did what Niners do, like to run the ball. Jimmy G played a solid game. I think they should have played Trey Lance a little more, but he got in there and threw a little goal line touchdown. So I think we should expect more Trey Lance packages moving forward. And but I got my Eagles winning next week. You know, they play my Eagles. We'll get to that later, but you know, I got my Eagles beating them next week.
No, no. Piggyback what D Lane was saying. To me, the defense looked a little suspect. Secondary is depleted. They're signing guys off the street. Slow and old guys or inexperienced guys. And what's really starting to get concerned with the Niners is Ayuk's in the doghouse. Sermon healthy scratch.
Oh, that's why Ayuk wasn't playing like that.
Yeah, he was in doghouse. Kyle Shanahan said he needs to learn how to be a pro.
Okay, so off-field shit.
Kinlaw injured. Banks healthy scratch. So their second round pick healthy scratch, third round pick healthy scratch. Their first round pick played 3 snaps. So they're gonna have to start getting more out of their draft picks.
Who were the first round pick?
Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Right, so they have to get more out. They're gonna have to get more. And let's be honest, right? Outside the 2019 season, this isn't a consistent playoff team. Their goal this year is to make the playoffs. Now they beat the Lions, but in no way should the Lions have been in that game at any point. Look at their roster. No, honestly, look at their roster. I looked at the roster before the game. Tyrell Williams is the number 1 receiver. He hasn't played in 2 years. Why? Because he was with the Raiders on injury reserve both years. Right? He has golf.
He started off high with y'all that first year before he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a speed.
He's a wide receiver too.
He's a decent number 2. He's a decent 2.
A decent 2 for sure.
You know, so
hold on, wide receiver talk. Him or Tyler Boyd?
Tyler Boyd.
I know that's easy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, even a healthy Tyrell Williams.
To me, that you could say like hey Tyrell or
That's tough. You can't find nobody from him because he's average. He's decent.
He's so average.
He's like right above average. He's decent because he can run.
He's a level below Brandon Cooks.
No, you can't. You're disrespectful to that because Brandon Cooks at one point was a wide receiver 1.
Yeah,
and shit, he put up wide receiver 1s for the Texans this past week. Shout out to David Culley, a black man, got his first win. Yeah, David Culley, African American.
Oh, got his first win. He Creole?
You're a fool.
He got to be Creole.
Probably looked like it. Yeah. And then shout out Tyrod Taylor. He didn't play last year. He got hurt, punctured his lung and whatnot. But he got his first win this year too.
Yeah, Coley from the swamps somewhere down there.
Yeah, Coley. Yeah.
But no, back. I was just talking about the Niners though. But yeah, no, it's worrisome. Some of their picks weren't playing. It was a sloppy game. Let's be honest. It was a sloppy game. Jimmy fumbled the first snap. And I didn't see more than the Niners. I think they have a big test against the Eagles next week. But overall positives. Kyle Shanahan is Kyle Shanahan. He's going to draw people open. Excellent play calling game. Excellent. I believe some of the other players need to step up that were hurt and inactive. And my last piece of another positive, Joey Bosa and Ford healthy. Oh my.
You know who might get the number 1 credit for the death of a running back career lifespan? Kyle Shanahan. You could just plug and play in his damn system. It don't matter.
I could play.
It was a rookie, Elijah Mitchell, 6th round pick out of Louisiana, and he went for 104 on 19 carries and a touchdown. We so far learned of Moister, Coleman. He was with Shanahan in Atlanta and in Frisco. Both of them got money. And what's the other boy that he left them a year ago? Breida. All of them, I'm not gonna say household names, but they became little names under Shanahan. You literally can just plug and play in Shanahan's system at running back.
No, I agree.
It's crazy.
No, and then a quarterback. But no, Kyle Shanahan's in his bag. It's something to look for. Something that has not been talked about in the media or anything mainstream. Me and D-Lane was talking about this during the Raider game a little before it started. D'Amico Ryans is a 49ers new defensive coordinator. His first year ever in this calling defensive plays. Right? As we know, as you know, OC, it's just like DC. You got to have a feel. There's a lot of learning experiences. And I think that Ryans is going to have to be learning along the year. Not saying he's not going to be a good DC. I just think it's going to be a learning curve for him.
That's how it is for any new coach. Yeah. Sirianni, my Eagles head coach, same thing with him. In the whole staff, learning curve, first time being in that position.
But I talk highly of the Niners. I expect them to win 11 games. They have a big game coming with the Eagles, NFC game. both teams that could be fighting for a wild card, or and so big game next week. But that's all I got on the Niners. Oh, last piece on the Niners. Last piece on the Niners. Debo Samuel, fucking dog. God damn, he's a dog.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, let's move on. I've been wanting to talk about this.
What?
Chiefs Browns. I watched that game. That was my favorite game of the week. Browns came out on fire. Pat Mahomes, Kelsey Hill said, "We're just better." Period. Like point blank, and took over. Um, Look,
Why my boy Honey Badger didn't play? I was looking at the end of the fourth
COVID
quarter.
list.
COVID protocol.
Yes, COVID protocols, and so he didn't practice or anything.
I mean,
And so
he probably
yeah.
unvaccinated.
And anybody that like that, maybe hasn't played football or doesn't understand, when you haven't practiced all week just to suit up and play, football especially on defense, it's a rhythm, it's a feel. You have to be loose, your body has to be active, has to be ready to play. You can't just not do anything for a week and suit up. You agree with that, D-Lane? Football is not that. It's not hoop or baseball.
And if you're telling me it's COVID related, that's probably telling us he's probably unvaccinated. They got the harder protocol. Unvaccinated players.
No, he had it.
Oh, he had COVID.
Yeah, he had it. I'm
but
pretty sure.
I don't know that because he was on the sidelines.
No, but remember he hasn't practiced though. That was the whole reason. He hadn't practiced at all.
Got you.
So he was clear yesterday. Without seeing him practice.
Got you.
So that's what I was trying to say. Football is the one sport, not like basketball or baseball. You can't just practice and suit up.
Got you.
Like you're unless this is a Super Bowl. You feel me? Or a playoff game.
Right.
But overall, I'm gonna double check to make sure he either had it or some protocol. Let me double check that. But overall from that game, 3 takeaways from the Browns. What's his name? Stefanski. Stefan.
You always fuck his name.
I've been fucking his name for 2 years. Stefanski, excellent coach. I love the game he called. Second point, I believe the Browns are still missing that X factor, that believing they can do it. A lot of miscues down the end. Now again, away game in Kansas City, that's going to be hard to win regardless.
But on what side of the ball? Because they got that X factor on defense. They got Myles Garrett, and they kind of got the X factor on offense. They got a two-headed rushing attack in Tubb and Hunt.
But to me, this is where they're missing Odell. This is where they're missing Odell because now look, the Chiefs though are missing Frank Clark and Tyrann, two of their best defenders outside of Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, for the Browns, they're missing that X factor on offense. You can, as we seen today, we just watched Monday night, right? Jacobs, Drake, they run the ball well. At the end of the game, when it's close, when it's clutch, you need receivers to make your plays, right? How the Chiefs win? Tyreek Hill, Kelsey. How the Raiders won tonight? Brian Edwards, Ruggs, Waller, Renfro. So Carr threw for 400 yards. So I think the Browns, even with Baker and his limitations, they're not being aggressive when they need to take over and win the games. Why? They need OBJ, right? Landry's a really good slot.
Shit, they went 7-2, 7-3 last year without him.
No, but I agree. But to me, the Browns and the Ravens are a very similar team. They're a definite playoff lock team, a playoff team, but in no way can I say they're a Super Bowl team because they're missing the X factor on offense. Right. The Ravens, who do I game plan for outside of Lamar? And same thing for the Browns. Who do I game plan outside the run game? It's funny, I have the opposite problem. The opposite problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, but overall, in my take on the Chiefs with the Chiefs. Go ahead, Dylan.
Yeah, man. Especially with Frank Clark and Honey Badger being out, the Chiefs look like a well-oiled machine. I mean, they had some offensive hiccups, but especially late in the game, it just got rolling. Do what they do. Throw the ball. Travis Kelce and Ty Hill. Clyde Edwards-Helaire didn't look too bad. The offensive run game was able to pick up a little steam. What they go, 23 for 73, 3.2. That's enough. That's all they need really for the Chiefs because all Pat has to do is sling the ball around. That's all he has to do. I had the Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl. I got the Super Bowl matchup being a repeat. Chiefs and the Bucks. I will say the Browns were in total position to win this game. I love the game Stefanski called as well, like you said, Zay. I think if Nick Chubb doesn't fumble the ball, something he doesn't do, he doesn't have a fumbling issue. He never has in his career. That and the punter botching the snap, I think we might have be talking a little different today. We'll be talking about the Browns winning instead of the Chiefs. So I think the Browns are right there. Hopefully, a healthy OBJ can bring a different type of spark to the offense. But we're definitely looking at a playoff team right there with the Browns.
No, definitely. If you're a Brown fan, I don't believe in more victories, but you should feel confident with your team moving forward. I believe they played the best team in the AFC, clear cut, right?
Yes, sir.
And they held their own, and it was miscues and composure down the end from the punter and the fumble, just like D-Lane said. Something I want to point out that I noticed from week one, the fans are back. And with fans being back, I believe some of these offenses, you just don't have it easy, right? Chiefs started slow. Raiders started slow. Bills couldn't find a rhythm. The Steelers started slow on offense, right? The Packers were a disaster on offense, right? Even the Bucks. The Bucks started a little slow on Thursday night. Something I know is with the fans being back, I think offenses are it takes a minute to get their flow. Something you notice as well?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's not just 7-on-7 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year. Even the Chargers, right? Herbert played an NFL vet QB game to win. Right? It wasn't that flashy, just throwing it downfield. He made smart decisions, put it underneath, converted on third downs. A lot of playing quarterback NFL is game management. But it's game management mixed in with fourth quarter, down the line, calculated risk. There you go, D-Lane.
Oh.
Right? And delivering.
Tom is the best at it.
Exactly. And delivering. Right? But game management, there's no quarterback that's successful without game management skills. Now, being labeled a game manager, that's someone that does everything right except outside the box. Mm-hmm. And with a loaded team, you can win with that. So yeah, no, great game, Browns, Chiefs. Let's talk about another game. What game you want to kick off next year?
The Bucks and the Cowboys. Thursday night football.
Okay, Bucks and Cowboys. Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I learned two things from the Cowboys. Dak, wow, he took another step in his development. Came strong off the ankle. Played a great game. Offense loaded. Defense still suspect. And last piece, again, I said 2, 3. Mike McCarthy, what does he do? Killing more across the place. Go ahead, D-Lane. Oh, and the point on the Bucks. The Bucks are the Bucks. Nothing new. I think they should be the NFC favorite as show. No team should be ranked ahead of them. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bucks Cowboys. Let me start with the Bucks. I definitely expected the Bucks to play a cleaner game on defense. I know the Cowboys got an elite offense, maybe one of the best, maybe top 3 wide receiver trios in the game. But I still expected the Bucks to play a better game on defense. Tom does what Tom does. Go things. When it's time to deliver, he delivers late in the ball game. Dak and company left him way too much time on the clock. I think he had like a minute 30 or something like that with a timeout or two. So that's just too much time for Tom to deliver. But what I will say about the Cowboys, I think I had the Giants winning that division. They got throttled by the Denver Broncos without Jerry Jeudy when Jerry got hurt early in the game. I definitely got to change my tune. I like my Eagles, so I'm gonna go. I think it's a 3-man race. I'm off the Giants, even though it's 1 week. But like, give them. You know what? I'm not even gonna get off the Giants. I'm gonna give it a 4-man race. You know I'm biased. So I'm gonna always say my Eagles, but I think the NFC East is wide open.
It's definitely wide open. The Cowboys heavy offense. I feel like the Eagles are balanced. Washington heavy defense. And you got the Giants, fucking Giants.
You know what I'm laughing about the Cowboys, about the Cowboys and their fans. You know they always try to find the positive out of any negative or any loss. I'm gonna start with Skip. He's the top Cowboy fan, Skip Bayless. But everybody under him, because I've seen
he the cult leader.
Come on, man. All the Cowboy fans I've seen all weekend. Oh, the defense looks rejuvenated with Micah. Oh, Micah's making the defense look like a whole new. We got a little spark. We get turnovers, this, that. That shitty ass defense. Shit looks the same. Same players, same shit. Jerry wants his money back. I know that for a fact from a lot of those cats on defense.
I agree. To me, they're a heavy offensive team. As we know in the NFL, you cannot win long term with that because your offense, all it takes is a drop, a missed throw, a missed block, and penalty. So much stuff can go wrong on offense, and you need, as we saw in a lot of games this weekend, you need your defense to make a play for you. I just don't think the Cowboy defense is capable of that. One, from the coordinator perspective and Dan Quinn, and two, from the secondary perspective. No one in their secondary is respectable. No one. Um, I'll say this though about the Cowboys. I believe Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback and can lead them just his talent alone to 8+ wins. So that's why I said I think they're going to be 8-8 team in that division. 9 wins might win the conference. But they're again heavy offense. Um, Another game I want to talk about before we dive into some other topics is the Steelers Bills game. Now I don't want to talk about pros and cons. I want to ask you a question, D-Lane. Was last year outlier season for Josh Allen, or was this a tough week 1 game? Nothing to worry about, nothing to overreact.
Definitely a tough week 1 game. Not even no questions about it, Zay. Because I had the Bills. I think I had them as being or had them being my dark horse team last year. They rose and shone last year, made it to the playoffs. Josh Allen had a big year. This year I had them winning that division, making a playoff run again. I definitely like to see a Bills, Kansas City Chiefs AFC Championship. Um, but I definitely felt like Josh Allen and crew could have did a little better, but I definitely felt like it was a tough week 1 matchup. You're going against the team. Were they not the top defense last year? But they still maybe a top 3 defense last year. They're healthier. Last year they had some injuries to the defensive side of the ball, but still finished top 3, maybe number 1. I can't remember last season, but it was a tough week 1 matchup. I definitely had the Bills because they're a team I like, but I definitely felt like it was a toss up game. Like it could have went either way because we all know Mike Tomlin, his pedigree, he always has his teams well prepared. He's a defensive minded coach, so I knew they'd throw some things at Josh Allen. They did. I think he had like a 30 for 50 something day, 200 something yards, and just 1 touchdown. So they definitely made his life tough. But I just think it was a tough week 1 matchup. But they'll be all right. I got the Bills still winning that division.
I agree. No overreaction here. I believe the Bills have a good head coach. I believe Josh Allen is a elite quarterback, and he's still going to take that step this year to continue what he did last year. To me, the problem is a bigger landscape from the Bills is their overall defense is questionable still, right? They're a bend not break defense, right? They have players Trayvon White, a couple of safeties with Hyde, but their pass rush and interior rush is not consistent. Their linebacker play is not consistent. Um, I also want to add is with Josh Allen, the Bills, they still don't have a run game. Same problem last year. We held them up in the playoffs. They don't have a run game. And to me, when you're not running the ball consistently in the NFL, or you don't have a threat of the run game, it's really hard to be consistent.
I actually feel like they
Steelers,
should have ran the ball more. Is that because I think they averaged like 4.7 a pop.
when we
Singletary
get
like
down,
no, yeah, for sure. I think Singletary is like 11 for 70 something. So they actually should have ran the ball a little more. Josh Allen threw the ball 50 times.
I agree. They have to, right? Because then you get play action, get Josh on those rollouts in space where you can, see the whole field and be dangerous. I think that's what he's most dangerous on those bootlegs. He's dangerous, right? Like a lot of big quarterbacks with mobile that are mobile with big arms. So no reaction with Josh Allen week 1. I believe he still last year wasn't a fluke. I'm not gonna say that. It's just a week 1 tough game against the Steelers. Now to credit the Steelers, I was talking mess. I thought Big Ben was shot. No, he did make plays, but this game was a Mike Tomlin defense and skill players making plays. Now Big Ben is in this when the Broncos won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, that's Big Ben right now. Complete game manager. Now elite, elite game manager because at one point in his career he's 2 time Super Bowl champ, consistent winner, and not hasn't never been never top 3, top 5, but consistent top 10 quarterback in the prime of his career.
My only issue with the Steelers is I wish they would have got the ball to Najee a couple more times. He only had 16 carries for 45 yards. They
That's
were
why.
stuffing him. Yeah, they were stuffing him.
16, no, that's a lot in
No,
today's NFL.
yeah, true.
Almost 20.
But like I said, the reason why I was saying that is because Ben did look shot. I think he threw the ball 30 something times and only threw for like 170 yards or something like that. So I think definitely for them moving forward, the recipe for success for the Steelers should be playing defense and running the ball, and that's nothing they're new to. That's the Steelers recipe for their franchise tenure, for the whole existence of the franchise. They like to play gritty defense and run the ball right down your nose.
And let's not forget Mike Tomlin with no quarterback at all still winning games. He's an elite coach in this game, so they're a winning football team. They're not going to do dumb stuff. They're going to execute when they need to. And also, it was a good game. Another one of those good games. Another game I want to talk about. I know we didn't have it on our agenda, but Kyler Murray. I don't even want to talk about the game. I want to talk about Kyler Murray. Week one. Actually, before I dive in Kyler Murray, I talked about this on Twitter. I talked about this to everyone I know. My lock of the week, and I didn't speak on this on the pod. My apologies. Was Arizona. I bet on it. I put my money on it. Was
slapping Tennessee like that? Cause I didn't see that coming.
And I'm gonna say why, D-Lane.
Why?
Every Raider fan, listen up. You'll agree with me. This y'all know. Todd Downey is the new offensive coordinator for the Titans. The last time Todd Downey was an offensive coordinator was in 2017. D-Lane. He took that 12-14. That offense, that same offense that went 12-4, Michael Crabtree, Amari Cooper, Latavius Murray, Derek Carr, and so on, that O-line. And we won 7 games and we were ranked 20th in the league. Okay. That's what Todd Downey did. Was fired the next season. Actually, it got Del Rio fired, by the way. That's became the John Gruden. So Todd Downey got Del Rio fired, by the way. So, with that being said, once I found out Todd Downey was a new offensive coordinator, I said, oh, it is going to be a disaster in Tennessee. Even so, just like Del Rio with the Raiders, Mike Vrabel is a defensive coach. As a defensive coach, he will have no input and no say-so in that offense. So Todd Downey has full control. Now, Ryan Tannehill is not a top 5 quarterback. If he's a top 5 quarterback, to be all right. He's a top 12 when he's humming. Top 15 on every day. With a top 15 quarterback, you're fine. But you need your Arthur Smith. You need an OC. With the elite OC, you'll be fine. They don't have that. They don't have even close to OC. They don't have an average OC. The Titans are going to have a long season. And they didn't have a defense to begin with.
Now as you told me that, I might have to lock a full, especially with Carson playing now, because I thought you'd miss some weeks. I'm locking down with the Colts winning that division.
If you're listening to this, bet in the defense, any defense that has top 15 playing the Titans, make them your lock of the week. You will make money all season. Listen to me again. $20, $100, $500 a rack. Play that on any top 15 defense playing the Titans the rest of the year. You will win some cash. Now, Kyler Murray. Oh man, Kyler Murray. This man might save Cliff's job. Cliff didn't really do shit different. Kyler is just better this year. Yeah. I think I picked my MVP to be Russ, just because, and Russ was said, I got you, Zay. I'll do my part week 1. But Kyler Murray, who's just Russ who's faster, is in that race right now. But ironically, Derek Carr leads the league in passing yards right now. Yeah. But I'll say he third in the race. If we said week 1, we give him third. Tough game. But yeah, anyways, Kyler Murray, amazing, incredible. I think the Cardinals gonna make some noise. It could be. I think they might fight the Rams Seahawks for that second spot in the division. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll definitely like to see Kyler.
Before you start D-Lane, pay Chandler Jones money. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see Kyler in the playoffs this year. I had him winning Rookie of the Year his first season, so I've always been a Kyler fan. Definitely had a big game week 1. I feel like the Titans. Yeah, I might sell all my stock after listening to Zay's little dialogue right there. That's crazy. I didn't know they had Downey I was a huge fan of Arthur Smith. I was telling a friend of mine today who's an Atlanta Falcons fan, who was worried after week one, even though they played my Eagles. I told him don't be worried, man. I love Arthur Smith. I think he's the man for the job. Just give him a little time. Gotta get some talent. Gotta get rid of Matt Ryan too. I think he's over the cliff. But we seen how pivotal he was to Ryan Tannehill. He looked average this past weekend. The run game really didn't have no sophistication to it whatsoever. They they stuffed Henry for the most part. I think he had like 15 carries for 50 some yards, so he had a tough day. Um, but I like what I've seen from the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals the last few seasons under Kyler and Cliff. Like you said, Cliff really didn't do too much different. Kyler looks like he's just taking the next step, man, and I'm excited to see it.
No, and it's gonna be fun. I think that the NFC West, hey, West Coast, the best coast. So before we move on, shout out to the Oregon Ducks. I'm a Ducks fan. Held down for the Pac-12. Shout out to the Niners for winning. Shout out for the Rams for winning, the Cardinals for winning, and the Seahawks. The whole AFC
Did
won.
the Chargers win?
The Chargers won too.
Raiders too. Damn,
Yeah, Raiders
West
too.
Coast did that.
NFC West, AFC West, the Ducks. Hey, we holding it down. UCLA last week. All the Louisiana, Southeast.
That's all I was about to say. UCLA won last week too.
Hey,
Pac-12 holding it
West
down.
Coast, the best coast.
Crazy. I got a.
And whose season about to start soon? The Warriors, man. Watch out.
Boy, crazy. I got a Florida cat on the coaching staff up there with me at Laney. He swear Florida boys got better athletes. I'm like, man, chill out. I'm talking about across. Y'all got some nice athletes, but I'm talking about across both sports, basketball and football.
I'll be honest. Florida
got the most athletes.
Florida is DBU. They produce DBs. Yeah. California,
we just
you can build your roster here.
Yeah.
You build your roster here.
Athletes, like skill positions, you can build you can get your whole skill positions from California if you want to.
Quarterbacks, we got hella tight ends too. I mean, it's just good overall. You can build your team here. Every Clemson got play. Think about this: Bryce Young, starting quarterback for Bama, Cali. Starting quarterback for Clemson, Cali. I'm gonna claim it West Coast, starting quarterback for OU, AZ. So West Coast, you feel me? So it was West Coast. We throw the football here. We know how we were doing. You know, why could we produce baseball players too? We do a lot of shit, tech, all the shit you use, but we won't get into that.
Right.
But overall, shout out to the AFC West, NFC West. I think it might solidify two toughest divisions in football. Teddy Bridgewater, one of the ultimate game managers, but he's better, way step up from Drew Lock. Denver's loaded. Nick Chubb. I mean, every team in AFC West, NFC West has to be on the A game every week. There might be a team. I kid you not. There might be a 9-win team in fourth place in one of those divisions. That's hard to swallow. Niggas might get fired. Excuse me. Dudes might get fired. I'm gonna beat that out. Might get fired over winning 9 games, finish fourth place. But overall, how'd you feel with football back, D-Lane? I was excited. I felt good this weekend.
Felt great, man. What we got? I think we got the last 2 topics, right? Packers and the Saints, man. Whoa. That was crazy. I did not expect that. A-Rod and company got throttled. Jameis and the crew look good. I think some people even say that the offense look better under Jameis than it did with Drew. I'm not gonna go that far. I gotta see the offense under some pressure. But Green Bay, man, I didn't see that one coming. But you know who was saying it all off season? I think it was Max. Max Kellerman was just saying like, how do people have the Packers as contenders when their franchise quarterback is on the outs? Like he doesn't want to be there, and I completely agree. Like I can't even consider like the talent is there, but I can't honestly say the Packers are a contender this year when the guy is calling the shots and is the instructor on the offense is not fully invested because he wants out.
Yeah.
That's my take.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let me touch on that real quick. Are they a wild card team or going to win division? week one reaction, overreaction, or just
I'm not going to go overreaction because I believe that the only competition to beat them in that division is really Minnesota, I guess.
And they lost
Chicago, and they lost. And Chicago,
they
I got a good. Maybe Chicago, if they freaking start that. Chicago need to start the young bull, man. They need to stop bullshitting and go on start Fields. He ready to go. Stop bullshitting. Start the young man. Get Andy Dalton all that ass out of there.
I nothing more to say on that. I'm not gonna repeat what I agree.
Do we both agree that this is Aaron Rodgers' last season in Green Bay?
Yeah, he looked like him on vacation. Hair growing out. He ready for his timeshare. He got his new girlfriend. It looked like he ready for one of these West Coast teams to pick him up so he can live in LA or something. Wait, what? He ain't going to the Rams. He ain't going to Chargers. Derek or the Niners just invested a QB. Seattle, what? Where you gonna go? Denver? It's really Denver. Denver's the only place where it lined up for him in the West Coast. Right?
I had a different team for
AZ
him.
got Kyler. Texans,
I think I had said the Saints before they liked Jameis. I had another team that I wanted Aaron to go to.
To me, only Broncos is screaming. To me, it's Broncos.
You know who would be nice? You know who A-Rod would be nice with?
Who?
I damn near would say they a lot for the chick if he went here. And I would do it because the quarterback, I don't think they picked up his 5th-year option. You can tell me if they did. The Browns. With a healthy OBJ. Run game, defensive weapons. Oh my God, that would be nice. That would be nice. I'll pack Baker bags and drive him to the airport right now.
And this is the scary part. Devontae gonna be a free agent.
I thought he just resigned.
Devontae never signed a new contract.
Adams?
They paused contract negotiations.
Did they?
Yeah.
This summer?
Yep.
I don't know. I thought he had got resigned. That's crazy.
Let me just double check. Hold on. Let me just double check right now. I'm almost positive.
I thought he was signed this season, off season.
No, Devon, he didn't. Nope.
Oh yeah, they need to pay that man.
He already made about. Yeah, he made $45 million already. Boy, gonna get paid another about 40, 50 guaranteed. He deserved every penny. Right. But check it out. It could get weird. I feel like this football. Everyone knows this. Football is an emotional game. You can't half-ass it. You can't be all. I'm kind of in. You can't be all Hollywood with it. That's why I like the game. We're gonna see real quick from the Packers in the next. I feel like this month if they're all in. All right, they're all in. If they. Now, I feel like they are, and Rodgers' attitude towards the team could affect the rest of the team, but they're not seem ready. It was weird. It was a weird game. Now, it could have been hot, Jacksonville, weird game. But I don't have an overreaction. They're still a playoff team. I don't see anyone in that division. Matt Nagy's going to get fired. The Vikings lost against the Bengals. That's not an overreaction. The Vikings are the Lions are, come on now. They're going to have the first pick of the draft. They're between them, the Jags, and the Houston Texans. So, they're going to win their division. They could win 10 games, 9 games in the division. NFC is trash, okay?
I'm worried about Urban and the crew, man. I'm not even going to lie. How you get throttled?
Rumors today from Reddit, collegefootball.com on Twitter. Urban Meyer might resign. Hard not in it. I retweeted it.
You lying.
Reddit College, they got the blue check mark on Twitter.
How do you even make it to week 1?
He realizes it ain't college football. He can't pick the best players.
You can't do that, Urban.
It's called
Urban. This ain't college. You put. I can't say that word, but you know what I mean. If you can't. This ain't college because he ain't done that to a few college programs where he just checked out. And I get it. Health. I get it.
Hey, that SC job opened up. Hey,
he can't.
I'll be honest, it's human nature. He's sitting in his office Monday morning looking at the film, said we just got our ass whooped against the Texans.
The Texans.
I'm tired.
Who we was all saying might have the worst team.
Exactly. Our ass kicked. It wasn't close. And then my agent called me and said, hey, Hilton just got fired. Would you want to take a call? I promise you this. In the last 24 hours, Urban has talked to someone at SC. Is he gonna finish out the season? He might finish out the season. He's talking to someone at SC. That's a fact. In the last 24 hours, he talked to somebody. It might not be the AD. It could be an assistant coach. It could be a booster. I promise you, a booster gave him a call. Yeah. The Bullets say how much it's gonna take you.
Zay, Saturday, did you see TSU versus Jackson State? That was a good defensive game, man. Eddie George, George, and Dion got them boys playing some ball.
I didn't see that game. I mean, I was like that.
I was watching a little bit of it on the bus on the way back.
I like the Oregon game. Colorado almost beat Texas A&M. I like what Darrell doing over in Colorado. Black head coach, Pac-12. They got a rookie. I mean, not rookie, a freshman quarterback. Really big kid, 6'4",
What's his name? The black coach.
Last name Darrell, I believe.
Okay. Want to check him
out. Yeah, fast defense. They couldn't score. Texas A&M couldn't score.
Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado.
We got a Laney DB up there.
Okay.
We got a Laney DB.
Well, the defense was balling.
Yeah, he played D.
Yeah, so I hope he got some PT against some PT.
Yeah, he wasn't a better player. I think he captain.
Oh yeah, so he balling. He on his own. That defense was flying, right? Only thing that stopped, they having a freshman quarterback. He made some hiccups, but he also scored their only touchdown of the game. He ran for a 43 yard. He's a beast.
Pull up week 2, man. Before we get out of here, let's give everybody our game of the week for next week, Zay. Let me look. I got week 2 right here. So besides me being biased and saying my Eagles versus the Winers, and holla at me if you want to put some bread on it, you Winer fans, because you know I got my Eagles. We waxed that ass last year.
Got my game of the week.
And we waxed that ass last year. But besides that game, I like the Steelers and the Raiders. I think the obvious one everybody's going to say is the Chiefs and the Ravens. But I think I was going with, where is it?
I got my game of the week. Can I say mine or you want to go ahead?
Okay. I think my game of the week was Raiders and the Steelers. Okay. Yeah, it was the Raiders and the Steelers. I said I like the Chiefs and the Ravens, but I just didn't want to pick that because I thought that was the obvious game of the week. And Pat keeps whipping on Lamar. I don't think Lamar and them going to beat them, especially with the CB3, CB4 out there where Marcus hurt. I got the Chiefs winning that game probably easily, but Raiders and the Steelers. I got that being my game.
Yeah, after seeing tonight, I believe the Chiefs, they're going to have Tyron back. They're going to have Frank Clark back. They're going to be rebound. I believe the Chiefs' defense is better than the Raiders. And just seeing the Raiders' defense just come up with defensive stops and just irritate Lamar, but the Chiefs will do better, and their offense is locked and loaded. Now, it's a Sunday night game, so I'm expecting a good game, prime time. Lamar going to come out to show. But my game of the week is the Colts Rams. I just believe that's two good coaches, and that's an early game, 10 a.m. game, Pacific time. But I just think anytime we see two offensive coaches, two good O-lines go at it, I think it's going to be a good game. Now, a sleeper game I think would be really good is the AFC East battle with the Bills versus the Dolphins. Josh Allen versus Tua. I think the Bills rebound there, but I think it's going to be a good game. Now, real quick, we got game of the week. What do you think is going to be the worst game of the week? To me, it's going to be Packers-Lions, and the Packers can't rebound. Wow, it's Packers-Lions on Monday night. So if Packers can't rebound against Monday night against the Lions, I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be overreaction. It's going to be a long season.
Worst game of the week?
To me, it's the Monday night game, honestly.
I'm looking. Who's the Monday night game?
Packers, Detroit.
Yeah, that's ugly.
And I feel like Detroit Packers going to be pissed off.
I'm going to go Bucks Falcons. Brady and them waxed their ass.
Ooh, that could be ugly. No, that could be this like 50-14. But NFL is respectable. Everyone got some film on everybody right now. So no, that could be weak. But it's a lot of good games. I mean, even games we would say like I believe this like Niners Eagles game good. Raiders Steelers. Saints Panthers. I think that's gonna be a good game. I like Bills Dolphins, Rams Colts, even Patriots Jets, Chiefs Ravens, and then I think Chargers Cowboys. A lot of stars, a lot of offensive firepower. But yeah, remember this week we will be we're gonna do Thursday or Friday? Friday. Excuse me, at noon.
Might have to do Thursday. I'll just remember I play Friday.
Thursday at noon, we'll be doing our some betting. Can be some money. So we'll do some locks, some different betting picks, some parlays, over unders. And yeah, let's make some money. We're gonna do that Thursday, IG Live on the 510 Huddle and Coach D Lane's IG. Hey, football is back, week 1. I'm excited. Eagles got a W. My Raiders got a W. 49ers got a W.
It was a good weekend,
if you're
man.
a Cowboys fan, if you a Rams fan, is good. If you're a Chargers fan, is good. If you're a Cardinals fan, is good. If you're a Seahawks fan, is good. If you're a Broncos fan, is good. Shit. If you're a Texans fan, is good. If you're a Saints fan, is good. If you're a Packers fan, it's not. I don't know anybody else. If you're a fan of any other team, I don't. You just shit. It is what it is. Oh yeah, Steelers. Hell, Steelers fans. Steelers fans is good. But enjoy the week. Thursday night. Who we got for Thursday night, real quick? Oh, we got Washington Giants. Honestly, shitty quarterback play, but I can turn that game on just to watch Chase Young.
Gotta go with the better defense. I'm gonna go with the
And coach.
I think I had the
Better
Giants
defense
winning
and
that
coach.
division, but I'm gonna go Rivera and Washington first seven.
Yeah, they're dogs. They made things difficult for that Charger offense. But over and out, week 1 in the books. We back.
We play for keeps, Cuddy. You ain't heard about the huddle fire with no with D-Lane. We tryna get it off the muscle. Walters caught the pick and ran it back without a tussle. Blow the whistle, coach is time to get back to the huddle.